Alrighty, hey y'all, this is Gar2424. The game is Honkai Starrail. We're gonna go and get into the story part. Sorry, let me turn it down a bit. Unfortunately, I got a little bit spoiled on this story part regarding Himiko. Himiko ain't Himiko. I'm gonna just go on and say Himiko ain't Himiko. Apparently she one of those illusion things that's like on Pancadia, the characters that came to life, one of these. So I wasn't planning to get like caught up, you know. I was kind of trying to avoid it so I could see it in real time, but we just don't go on. We'll do
During the events of Starrail Fest, Asheville discovered what the happiness surgery truly entails. Implanting the flesh and blood of the abominations of abundance. Given the gravity of the situation during the course of events, we unexpectedly crossed paths with Fullwish herself. Also a survivor of the blood-stained games, she openly joined the Phantasmoon Games and invited supplicants to travel to Seafeld City, where the winner would be decided in a televised debate. During our exchange with Fullwish, Himiko realized that Fullwish might be a masked fool. As a result, I asked Sparksy to investigate the tavern for leads, and through that, we identified Fullwish's ability, the happiness syntax. Evanesia and Yao Guang established a cooperation agreement. After Evanesia's attempt to assess Fullwish in her capacity as the arbitrator failed, they encountered Blade and his group and learned that the flesh implanted in the happiness surgery originated from Shuhu, an emanator of abundance. Himiko and I went to the TV station to take part in the debate and met up with Sunday and Ashevale, who had arrived ahead of us. However, the debate turned out to be a carefully orchestrated trap. In full view of the public, all those who had undergone the surgery transformed into terrifying monsters, and Fullwish framed both the IPC and the Astralic. When the disaster erupted, Evanesia willingly violated a forbidden taboo and revealed the real purpose of the Phantasmoon Games: to suppress the terrifying entity slumbering within Plain Arcadia. Through this act, she unlocked the original power of the ambrosial arbor within herself and intervened in the unfolding situation. At the same time, Silverwolf, entrusted by Pearl, set out to investigate the anomalous signal responsible for the monster's emergence, only to be obstructed by Mr. Meanie. As the force backing Fullwish, he wields tremendous power, powerful enough to interfere with the Stellaron Hunter's script. Meanwhile, Fullwish continued to livestream our movements in the TV tower, distorting the truth by every possible means. Drawing upon the wish power of 200,000 victims, she manifested the Meanie Phantasmoon in an attempt to defeat us individually. Thankfully, Silverwolf regained the power of the Ether cartridge level 999 and dealt with it before it was too late. After overcoming every obstacle in our path, we reached the top of the TV tower and confronted Fullwish head-on. Drawing on the people's wish power, she briefly held the upper hand. Ultimately, I used the Stellaron within me to bear that wish power, thereby stepping onto the path of elation and defeating her once and for all. Even so, those who had undergone the surgery did not recover. At Blade's proposal, everyone joined forces to concentrate all of Shuhu's flesh within his body, freeing the victims from the influence of the happiness surgery. Just when I thought the crisis was over, Evanesia requested that I warn the creator of the world in canvas. According to her, Asad Pramad, the Lord Ravager who once attempted to eliminate Plain Arcadia, has returned again.
I don't get too excited. I might skip through some things depending, so don't get mad.
You're back. The incident that happened at Full Wish TV is causing a...
Hello, everyone! Welcome to our brand new segment, the Phantom Moon Brief.
Hi, everyone! This is your old friend, Snowy!
Well then, as the Phantom Moon Games reach a boiling point, and for reasons that need no explanation, we are now joining Duo Mention TV to bring you live...
Yes, we are! And after the director of Full Wish TV and sponsor of the Research Society of Happy Smiles, Full Wish announced that she was joining the Phantom Moon Games! That terrifying tragedy of 15 years ago!
The supplicant debate, slated to take place at the Seafeld TV tower, was cut short when out-of-control imaginee known as Joy Ascendants appeared. This imagenesis plague centered on Seafeld City spread rapidly.
As of the latest reports, nearly 200,000 human and imaginee inhabitants across Plain Arcadia have been affected by the plague. Countless individuals are injured or missing, and total losses are estimated to have reached 8. And in a chilling echo of the bloodstained games 15 years ago, footage left behind by...
She identified the culprits as the famed cosmic hero, the trailblazer of the Astral Express, and the wanted criminal.
But a spokesperson for the Department of Aberration Defense said the disaster was planned and executed by Full Wish herself through her organization, the Research Society of Happy Smiles.
Oh, how familiar that sounds. 15 years ago, they made the same
Over 500 years ago, a prophet made a prediction. In year 1999, a terrifying devil will descend from the sky. Shame on them. How can they just say things like that on TV when it... Also, those two hosts, weren't they from Full Wish TV? They were spreading nasty stories about you on... I'm happy you made it back safe. Oh no. You're trying to grow up and leave me behind. Don't tell me you're becoming the next Don Hung. No.
Oh, you goddamn freaking
You're all
Evernight,
grown up and
child.
serious. Oh, right. Tell me about what happened at the TV.
I'm skip in a minute. Girl, you got Evernight.
Full Wish had people undergo the happiness surgery, and you guys stopped the mutation from spreading. But all you managed to do was to temporarily seal Shuhu's flesh and then you mentioned that Nessia, the one we met at Starrail Fest, is actually the Phantom Moon Games arbitrator? And she also asked you to go deep into the world and... who?
Yes, Graphia. Himiko's ancestor.
Himiko's ancestor? She's still alive? Nessia asked you to warn Graphia that the... why does the Express have such bad luck? By this point, whenever we go on vacation, I'm always ready to deal with random problems. Lord Ravager, at Venessia's request, Shuhu's flesh and Blade's body feels like we're juggling a bunch of eggs all at... I wish I were as calm as you. I'm gonna go take a minute and collect myself.
So many things to deal with right now. I've had a long day. I should just get some rest.
I thought he was gonna go to the room to sleep.
You're obviously tired. I never thought this vacation would become the prelude to yet another major war.
From our very first steps, trouble has always followed the Nameless. But this is way too much.
Look at you now. It takes me back to when I first got the Express running again. Aside from Pom Pom, I was the only crew member on board, constantly stretched thin and feeling out of my depth. All I could do was note every problem in the navigation log, one by one. A world's coordinates that needed an update, a glitch in the Express's warp system. The notes were as dense as the coordinates on the astral charts, leaving me completely overwhelmed. Back then, I never imagined the Astral Express would one day have to face a Lord Ravager. But strangely, now that come to think of it, it's because of you. Because of all of you. Along the way, we have defeated 2 Lord Ravager, the Nameless, who guided me before I set out. One, keep moving forward, and the obstacles that once felt impossible to conquer will soon be behind you. And I've seen you grow through the Phantom Moon games, becoming someone others can trust and lean on. And I heard the declaration you made atop the tower. I'm truly proud of you. That's why I want to share a story from the past with you. A promise from 15 years ago. I promised someone that when the moon over my hometown was full again, I would go back to see her, to let her know I had made the most of this borrowed life, and found companions I could trust with all my heart. I want to share this story with you all. It's a long story, filled with many memories of my past. I'd also like to invite you all to the place where I repaired the Express.
All right, it's a deal. When I return from the world in canvas, you can make us... let Shush make us some coffee, huh? Then we'll
Speaking of the world in canvas, March told me about what Evanesia's request was not made lightly, and she was worried for a reason. Silverwolf saw that Lord Ravager. According to the records from the databank and the IPC's investigation, Asat Pramod's campaigns often span centuries, and the plan 1,000 years ago, my ancestor Graphia created the world in canvas. If that was to resist Asat Pramod's invasion of Ahatopia, then could this disaster unleashed through the Phantom Moon games be the prelude to his next invasion? There are far too many legends about her. It's hard to tell what's true. Only 2 things are beyond doubt. First, during the Cinderth Age, she created countless Imaginae and sent them into battle against the demon legions from beyond. Second, near the end of one of the Phantom Moon games, she created the world in canvas to shelter inside it what was left of civilization and life. Which means she is not only familiar with Asat Pramod, but has also witnessed the manifestation. That's the first of many mysteries. Based on our family history, we are clearly not descendants of any long-lived species. Quite the opposite. The weathering curse has shortened my family's lifespan for generations. What could my ancestor have gone through to still exist today? That too. Nobody knows just how big the plane Graphia created actually is. Over 140 years ago, the IPC tried to salvage the world in canvas, but they were only able to reconstruct part of it in the real world. That portion became what we know as Plain Arcadia. Legend has it that Graphia used a vast ocean as her canvas and channeled the power of elation to step into the painting, which means She has not only seen Asat Pramod, but has also seen the Eon of Elation descend in all their glory. Good question. As for who in Plain Arcadia knows Graphia and the world in Canvas best, she should have some clues to guide us. By the way, General Yao Guang is here. She says she wants to talk to you in private. I'm not sure if she comes with good news or bad news. She brought a little gift from the Cienjo, though. Mung bean soda. Go talk to General Yao Guang, then. Don't keep her waiting.
Every time she has something, this bad look, so let's go on.
Nice to meet you, Ishvara. I always thought that the arbitrator, Evanesia, would step in and punish Fullwish for the disaster she caused. But, to my surprise, it was you who defeated Fullwish. In my capacity as an Arbiter General, I extend my deepest gratitude to you for halting the plague and sparing countless. What I am about to tell you is something Evanesia risked breaking the rules to share with me. Please keep it a secret. Not a word of this leaves the Express. Sealed within Ahatopia's core is Ouroboros, the Veracity. Wait, you've never heard of the Veracity before?
No, it's not.
Come to think of it, they must be unfamiliar to most people. They were supposed to be recorded in the list of arch-enemies as an author of calamity. They are an ancient god of desire and consumption, an eon that evolved from a Leviathan. But they disappeared so long ago that the Cienjo Alliance never witnessed any of their deeds, and they were never recognized as an author of, well, they need no such title anyway. Beast of Calamity, Star Devourer, Void Maw. Just hearing these names, one can imagine what kind of monstrosity they were. A vast, writhing form whose slightest movement could crush entire planets, before swallowing what remained into an insatiable abyss. Rumor has it, they were last seen during the era of the Swarm disaster. They were hardly there to aid the Swarm, but rather to attend a cosmic-level feast, in which the Swarm served merely as appetizers, and the planets they passed were devoured as the main course. No one expected them to be here of all places, sealed away on this very planet. The true situation remains unknown. But with this information, we can understand why Asat Pramod set his sights on this world. Aren't you a little afraid, facing a huge... That's impressive, Ishvara. No wonder you survived the calamity of Iron Tomb. Fortune follows when fate hits its lowest ebb. Every crisis comes with an... Now that we know a force capable of devouring stars is deep in slumber at this planet's core, perhaps we could make it devour the problem inside Blade's body. It might just be a risky path. Blade has agreed to my proposal and will venture into the world in Canvas to seek out the Veracity. From what I've heard, you are going there as well. I cast a divination, and the hexagram shifted between the marsh and fire trigrams, yielding the judgment. Heaven and earth are separate and apart, but the work which they do is the same. In other words, though your paths may differ, they are destined to intersect.
Okay.
A funeral, or an adventure. Will it be a battle with only a 1 in 10 chance of survival to tear away Shuhu's flesh from his body and eliminate the Cienjo's arch-enemy? Or will it be a journey in which he settles all grudges and never looks back? It all depends on... Blade agreed to my proposal, even though that little Stellaron Hunter girl wouldn't stop objecting. betting? No, we are not chips laid on a gaming table, nor dice tossed at someone's whim. We trust in people, in ourselves, and in that belief is what gave you the strength to overcome Foolish. It is also the only reason I stay for this world. My purpose has never changed. I am going to draw the elation into my divination and overturn a fate marked for great woe. I have a plan for how to handle Asat Pramod if he strikes unexpectedly, but I still need more hands to make it work. What miracle could cap off these games better than a finale that humbles a Lord Ravager? It will be a tribute to the elation. The shadow of the Lord Ravager looms, and from here on,
Before I set out, I still want to say a few words to everyone. What are they all up to over there?
Oh, there you are. We were waiting for you. We're here to celebrate the Astral Express making it through another trial, of course. Pom-Pom's heard all about your latest adventure.
It's a modest celebration, but a meaningful one. You stopped Fullwish's scheme, and that is no small achievement. Regardless of what the people of Plain Arcadia or the media may say, we raise a glass to you.
Exactly. You knocked out the mastermind behind all those creepy whatever their name is. I didn't get to see it myself, but Don Hung described it for me.
Your victory gave Blade a chance to free himself from Shuhu's flesh. With a Lord Ravager looming on the horizon, everyone will soon be heading off on their own missions. Before that, it felt right to have a small gathering like this.
Now, let's make a toast. Here's to everyone who fights to protect this Arcadia. And here's to all of us. The Lord Ravager can throw whatever he wants at us, but I know the Astral Express will keep streaking across the stars.
Thank you. All of you. Having you by my side is what gives me the courage to face the future. I'll carry this strength with me through the rest of this journey. Cheers.
There you are. A little, but...
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I have a reasonable amount of concern for my companions.
This trip to Plain Arcadia is the first time we weren't necessarily working together toward a common goal. You dove into the Phantom Moon games. I crossed paths with that relentless old friend and foe again. As for March, well, she spent her time wandering and eating.
Wait, hold up. How come all I get is wandering and eating? I call it cultural exploration, with a little extra time for me to...
Now that we're having this little break,
well said. This vacation has expanded my horizons. And my...
Blade has accepted General Yao Guang's proposal. Perhaps he has finally moved on from past grudges and that abundance curse, and is now ready to do something for himself. It's going to be a path fraught with danger, so I had hoped to accompany him for a bit longer, but from now on, I will turn my attention to this world. Mr. Yang and I have been asked by General Yao Guang to help with setting up some defensive formation.
I've got word work to do too. Mr. Ashvale wanted someone to accompany him to the tavern to investigate clues about Asat Pramod. Yours truly figured she'd been resting long enough, and... No problem. When you come back, you have to share everything you saw in the world in Can.
Just in time. I've talked to Madame Pearl. She will handle all the arrangements for your passage, so you can enter the world in canvas to find my ancestor Graphia. This is an important matter. Furthermore, your journey gives her the chance to uncover something she's been yearning to understand for years. The secret to Graphia's art of imagenesis. Once you've fully rested, you may make your way to the dock in Seafeld City. Madame Pearl has a special ship waiting for you there. It will take you to the border between this world and the world in canvas, a place known as Inkford Hermitage. That's your final stop before entering the world in canvas, a place to gather your supplies and rest up before you set out on the journey ahead. I know you'll have to go alone this time, but I don't think it'll be dangerous. But the thought of it makes me feel calm, in a strange but comforting way. If you get to meet her, I am indeed quite curious. I'd love to see this ancestor of mine for myself, but someone must stay here and keep watch. Madame Pearl wishes to confer with me and General Yao Guang about our next steps in dealing with Asat Pramod. So I'll be entrusting this mission into the world. Go ahead. Set out once you've rested up. I'll be here with Welt and the others.
In other words, that woman wants you to take Shuhu and jump straight into the Veracity and leave the rest to the Eon's stomach acid? And this is between me and him, right? Why are you tagging along?
Relax. I'll say my goodbyes and be gone. A dignified funeral. If you ask me, this ending is indeed grand enough.
I don't care about any of that. There's only one thing I care about. Does he have to die?
Here's a piece of advice, little cub. Whether he lives or dies is his choice. That's the one thing you don't get to decide for him. It has landed.
What?
Nothing. Just a seabird landing on the rocks. A blade forged of mortal steel cannot sever an undying fate. If Shuhu is to be put down, the options are few. And that Leviathan is one of them. In time, people will say this. The culprit of the Juming gave his life for the greater good and plunged into the abyss alongside the abominable. I'm not as noble as you. Many years ago, you invited me to join the Galaxy Rangers. I refused for one reason. I'm a petty man. I was never born to carry some greater good. This is between Shuhu and me. Nothing more. Can't argue with that. A Galaxy Ranger through and through. Well then, I won't say anything more.
Blade, you sure about this?
For years, Death has clung to me like a curse, etched into my bones. If there is a chance to make a god feel the same pain, I would do it, even if this body is reduced to ash. As for everyone else, there's no need to drag them into this. We'll proceed as Yao Guang proposed. Bury Shuhu at the end of the world in canvas, taking me with him, and let the veracity dissolve us both.
Take care.
How about you stay as well? You might as well see it through to the end with us.
Plain Arcadia has bigger problems that need my attention. Your instincts were right. That meanie pulling strings from the shadows is none other than Asat Pramod.
Who else would want to kick a Ha's head like a ball?
So, I need to get back and finish my job.
Investigating a Lord Ravager sounds like a job you don't come back from.
Therefore, it also pays very well.
Then here's hoping you live long enough to collect your payment. Every time, when it's just the two of us, you go quiet.
You know what I'm going to say. The seabird's flown off. It's time for us to go too.
The terror slumbering at the heart of plain Arcadia is Ouroboros.
After the swarm disaster, the veracity vanished, never to appear again for more than 700 amber eras. Their last rumored sighting was 500 years ago.
History fictionologists claim that Ouroboros lies in wait at the edge of the cosmos, guarded by their children, awaiting the day of their return.
I've heard that story before, but it wasn't about the edge of the cosmos. It was Pier Point. They say that the preservation is nothing more than a facade, and the IPC is, in truth, a cult devoted to the veracity.
Organic life has quite the imagination. They've said other things, too. That Louis Fleming seeks to ascend as the Eon of Wealth. That the Council of Mundanites are mere hounds of Dr. Primitive. That the Marketing Development Department colludes with the destruction, turning a blind eye to the spread of Stellaron. Such rumors are endless. I believe the Genmu should be able to tell which are true.
I've never heard the last one, so let's assume. Such terrible breath. Once this Leviathan awakens, the Arcadia's destruction would be all but instantaneous.
For now, this remains conjecture. The sealed remains appear to be a husk that Ouroboros, why it's here, and how it's connected to the elation. Yet even a fragmented remnant of an eon is a threat that can't be ignored. The calamity of the Leviathan must not be allowed to re-emerge in this world.
Naturally. That is why I'm here. And it's a... Oh, you're just on time.
General Yao Guang, as instructed, warding talismans have been placed at over a dozen sites across plain Arcadia.
My thanks. It was Mr. Yang's talent of creation out of nothing that allowed us to reproduce dozens of plumes and complete the deployment with such speed. Now, with yin and yang aligned, and all four aspects in place, as long as we set up the last formation core,
The Decalite reflection barrier.
Using the divine eye of the Spiritus to weave a giant web, one that ensnares countless possible futures. General, have you truly made up your mind?
Though Shuhu has been eradicated, the signs of doom have not faded. After much consideration, the source can only be this restless corpse.
One crisis is yet to pass, and another is already upon us. The Arcadia's ley lines were already riddled with scars, and now even the ancient tree's seal is starting to loosen. While Evanesia is asleep, someone must take up her duty to guard.
But defending isn't the way of the hunt. If you don't want to become the prey, you must become the hunter.
General, do you intend to go on the offensive and suppress the remains of the Virat?
How could I? The Joy Seeker could barely confine that husk using the Abundance's ambrosial arbor as its cage. I'm not that arrogant. I'm not here to guard against an Eon, but against a Lord Ravager Asat Pramod. This barrier is prepared for him.
Asat Pramod has been meddling with the game from the shadows. His intentions unclear. By chance, however, a friendly citizen has provided us with intel.
Ouroboros' remains are in Ahotopia, aren't they? Silence is an answer in itself. I've seen that reaction too many times.
I'm not surprised that you were the first to discover it. You were in the Torn Scroll too. The probability of you noticing...
That's a little low, don't you think? I'd put it at well over 90.
What I don't understand is this. There were countless ways to verify your hypothesis. You bypassed security and broke into the building to confront me in person.
This is no confrontation. It's a warning, Madam Pearl. I'm a security officer, and there is only one reason. While everyone else is fixated on the Phantasmoon games, only the Department of Aberration Defense is watching other places.
Like the location where the new Herald of Death case was closed?
Correct. The incident involved 4 Daybreak warriors, 3 nameless, 1 detective, and 1 officer. But just moments ago, a 10th set of footprints appeared at the scene.
After the investigation, we learned that the traces were left deliberately. A blatant provocation.
The Lord Ravager bent on destroying the Elation came uninvited. Make no mistake. Plain Arcadia is a stage he chose with care, and drawing the Abundance into the fray was hardly a whim.
Our top priority is to dispose of Shuhu's flesh properly to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands and causing another calamity.
That said, we cannot afford to ignore Asat Pramod's next move.
This giant web is prepared for that very purpose. Once the entire planet is folded into the divination's trajectory, under the gaze of the Omnitia, all possibilities will be... When that time comes, he won't wish to leave any footprints behind.
One final question. Why did the Lord Ravager choose to visit this place? Does he have an ulterior motive? Or is this merely some twisted joke?
That question should be left to the professionals. Don't forget, we have a detective who can't seem to rest. Let's hope the accumulation of variables can tip the scales in our favor.
And so the people set out, and the gondola, bound for distant lands, set sail at the end of the world. The Elation once again declared war upon frail little humans. Ouroboros split their mouth wide open. Whoever can fill my whole mouth with but a single thing shall receive a reward. My tongue. The fool known as the Shepherd captured a comet, but it wasn't even enough to fill the gap between the Voracity's teeth. The bartender Braji opened the wine cellar, yet they only grew drowsy, drifting off to sleep, and en route, he crept up to the Veracity's ear and told them a corny joke. The Veracity pondered it for En route spread his hands and said, "See? I filled your mouth with laughter."
Then what?
Then, are you kidding me? And with that, they opened their gaping maw and tore En route to pieces.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Those are the facts, my inquisitive auditor. If you want to hear more stories, you're welcome to discuss with your classmates.
We came here to investigate the Veracity and Asat Pramod.
Rumors don't just appear out of thin air. It's just a matter of how much truth you think they...
At least 90% of that was...
Sometimes that last 10% is all you need. Oh, plenty of bystanders around. Let's hear what they have to say.
About the Veracity? You think about walking that?
Walk the path of Veracity? Do I need to eat everything in sight?
You got it! Kids always dream big. And I am...
Can you talk normal?
I swore to become a Veracity. Finally, I'll pinch my nose.
Ouroboros.
Nah. There.
Enough all.
I'm telling you, it was all en route. Dorothy. Veracity was dead. Where we're gone.
I cannot. Oh my gosh. Man, oh my gosh. I cannot. Oh, who is in me? Oh my God.
They say a dull pen beats a sharp memory. Then a kindred spirit. Miss, I've met far too many fools who can't even read. Oddly enough, those of us who truly love learning, interested in studying the knowledge of the laughter. This feels completely made up. Oh, please. Thank the seniors. As for me... Hey, friends! How was your first day of school? Sparksy's here to pick you up after class. Where were you just now? You opened the door. Still doubting me. You're breaking Sparkle's heart here. That whole foolish thing. I took on every emoji in the tavern by myself, fought them all the way to the end of the world, and even wore my mask down to nothing. But honestly, this place runs on rumors. Aha is being chased by the Veracity. Aha chases the Veracity. We won't get anywhere following stories like this.
Let's go through what we... complete mess.
So, after a bit of thought, Lady Sparksy did the unreal Sparks and Spark! No idea how it works. Does this friend know you, boss? The Subpramod has a gun to our heads, and this is, well,
It, doesn't look very reluctant.
no worries. If anything...
My friend will protect me every night. Now you wanna...
Doesn't seem to have any of...
No, it's working perfect. Our enemy is a Lord Ravager. There's only one question we need answered. How does...
Correction. The effect is very obvious.
Judging by Nanook's habit of picking Lord Ravagers, I wouldn't be surprised if Asat Pramod was once a masked fool, and therefore knows that the Arcadia is like a microcosm of eons and paths. People indulge themselves in fabricated happiness, unable to pull themselves away from it. Many have expressed their concerns. This isn't elation. Aha is playing with fire.
A classic social realist deduction. Old-fashioned, but effective.
Yes. The answer is all but revealed. You are a Subpramod. Sparksy, do you have evidence? Of course. The truth, you are the first person I met when... If I am a Subpramod, would you and Gray Hair have... Yeah, fair. Just take that thing off already. That's weird. Let me give you a lesson. Deduction isn't about pupil skills. It's... Watch and learn. Sparkle, master. You changed your clothes, first of all. Ouroboros likes to eat. So therefore, veracity is... This is the classic mystery of one culprit, two identities. The Water Lord Raptor, a Subpramod, played by the... What am I even saying? Classic whodunit.
I get it now. All this thing does is make wild guesses sound reasonable. So far, that's the most...
No need to be so... By the way, what type of detective?
Me? I'm a tough guy type. I don't waste time on useless You're not wrong. Asat Pramod is Nanook's weapon to assassinate Aha. Whatever his plan may be, remember? As far as humanity knows, there are only 3 ways an eon can fall.
A broader path engulfs a narrower one. Divine warfare between eons, and the third one.
Forcing an eon to turn away from their own path.
Whichever it is, none of it sounds remotely connected to... So, what makes you so certain?
Because we folks just dug up one heck of a treasure from underground. And in the stories tied to them, we've unearthed more than a few... I know. I was the one. Questions about en route. Has to be timed, but our leads at the tavern have run their course. Let's go pay. No. Speak of the devil. Joe General could have arranged something like this, I suppose.
I'm surprised as well. You've only just left Amphorius, and already you've managed to draw the attention of another Lord Ravager.
Miss Ron May? And Miss Ting Yoon?
We're here by General Yao Guang's request. It seems we arrived just in time. At first, I only came because the Shenzhou extended an invitation, and it seemed impolite to refuse. So, Ouroboros has long been dead. Their death was merely buried beneath layers of...
Hardly surprising. They disappeared after the swarm disaster, and there are many. The Intelligentsia Guild claims the Veracity ate their fill and entered hibernation. I don't buy it. Those scholars are fond of post-meal naps themselves. Likely just...
You seem surprisingly calm, which makes sense. After all, the shadow in your right hand is evidence as well. Why don't you tell everyone what happened to the Galaxy Rangers back on Von Walk?
Sprightly Von Walk. I've heard there's a particular phenomenon that occurs. Plants multiply and grow and are then harvested like wild grass. A cycle repeating almost identical to the...
But how are the two connected? When you hear plants and growth,
It seems you figured it out by coincidence. Abundance is another thing the two worlds have in common.
When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences, Mr. Ashford. No. Leader of the Rangers, Mr. La Mancha.
back on Von Walk. I'd already long since stopped being a... Your conjecture is basically correct, Miss Ron May. You're not the only genius to take life as a subject of study. By the time I arrived, the atavistic experiment was already approaching its final phase. Dr. Primitive had set his sights on an ancient leviathan beneath Von Walk's surface. There also lay the remains of the Veracity.
You stopped him.
The Rangers stopped him. Back then, Mr. N was still human.
Now, deep beneath Ahatopia, another corpse of the Leviathan lies buried. If I'm not mistaken, there are countless other worlds carrying out the same ritual. Aha sealed Ouroboros' body among the stars, suppressed it with abundance, siphoned the power of the path of veracity. This is what people call the Phantasmoon Games.
Uh-huh. Why would they do such a thing?
You may remember, the Express once delivered a Leviathan's carcass to me. That wasn't the only one in my collection. By arranging remains from different eras in sequence, I discovered something rather... At a certain moment over 1,000 Amber eras ago, just as Akivili began traveling in pursuit of their idea, all creations of the Veracity lost the same organ. Their taste buds.
What does that imply?
The purpose of consumption changed. Be they spawns, depth crawlers, or void-song whales, their genetic markers encoding gustatory organs vanished entirely. Creatures walking the path of veracity became nothing more than biological black holes, consuming without discrimination. This was not natural evolution. Through the simulated universe, I identified the point of divergence in history. A concept had disappeared from the path of veracity. Consider this. What?
Yummy flavor?
Precisely. Savoring something's aftertaste.
So, Aha stole...
The simulated universe proves nothing on its own, but the primal desires of life have... Think of it as my intuition. The conflict between the eons of elation and veracity stretches all the way back to primordial time.
How many people know about this?
There used to be two. I only told Yuqing to.
Exploit the old conflict between Aha and Ouroboros to ignite a divine war, or allow intersecting paths to devour one another. Of the three known ways to kill an eon, the Arcadia fulfills at least two.
But you still haven't explained where it came from.
Oh, you mean the shadow? It has nothing to do with Von Walk.
Oh?
Call it a twist of fate.
This isn't my first encounter with the Astral Express, nor my first time dealing with a Lord Ravage when my home was destroyed by Zulo. I had a brief encounter with a former navigator.
A navigator of the Express?
Yes. Starseer, I see. He'd already retired by then. He was the one who told me about the Shadow. According to IC, it was one of many remnants left behind when the Express... I led the Rangers to suppress the Shadow and devised the plan to assassinate Zulo. But I never learned why it was there in the first...
Don't you find it strange, Mr. Ashvale?
Strange?
When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences. If you don't mind, let's walk through the whole thing once more earlier. What did you two uncover in the tavern?
Someone suspected to be a Sat Pramod knew about the Veracity secret. Before disappearing, he said he was headed for the...
And then? Who did he say the Shadow belonged to?
A former navigator. The Shadow was a remnant left behind when he charted the cosmos.
If the world's end isn't the tavern, then where is it?
I don't know if anyone can answer that question. Not even Akivilli. Wait. Don't tell me.
En route only goes where he isn't welcome. After leaving the tavern, he went to the Astral Express.
The detective game is over.
Pearl said she would arrange a ferry to pick us up at the place we're going to holds clue.
Pick up whatever I find.
It is an honor to, well, shall I say, be of service to you. To be honest, when Madame Pearl invited you to visit the Perlux Tower, I was supposed to be your guide. My name is Feld. By order of Madame Pearl... You are too kind. I followed the battle in Seafeld City very closely. Serving a hero, I assume Madame Pearl has already briefed you. I see. It so happens that Madame Pearl is tied up with the destination of our boat journey is a hotel known as Inkford Hermitage. It is situated at the end of a Dovebrook tributary that ultimately flows into the sea. It is one of the points where the world in canvas intersects with...
Yes, to be precise, she lived there 1,000 years ago. Legend says the miraculous encanvassing of the mortal world happened there. Would Madame Pearl, a die-hard fan, pass up a sacred site like that? Word is that Madame Pearl just flicked her wrist, signed a check with an astronomical figure, and bought the whole plot of land. She also snatched up every single piece of Graphia's lost works that she could find. Whew, I guess money really does let you do whatever. That's not even the half of it. I don't know where her obsession comes from, but she's dead set on the idea that Graphia is still alive. But all they could find were Imagine knockoffs. Random, pretty red. I bet her reaction went something like this. Objective. Locate.
You? I remember you.
Perlux Tower? I've never...
Oh, I know it's you. I've seen the...
Oh, a slip-up in an otherwise perfect plan.
Cut it out, you scoundrel. You can't talk your way out of this.
This is the author of Fluffy Across the Blue, Blurry QR Cult.
My apologies. How rude of me. Miss Colt, it's an...
No worries, no worries. It's only normal for a famous comic artist to travel with bodyguards.
Miss Blurry QR Colt, let's be clear. You are being transported under escort. Your current credit balance is in the negative. Madame Pearl has offered you a lifeline by asking you...
This is not my fault. Remember Alloy King Pom Pom from Perlux Tower? I tried to put everything on Pearl's tab, but who knew a figurine could be so expensive? No way. It's...
So you're escorting her to, shall we say, an...
Correct. The objective is to deliver the manuscript and clear her debts.
Hear that? It's not a hotel. It's hell. Where you...
Good luck with that. You started that mess, child.
The boat has arrived. When you're ready, let's be...
Yeah, good luck with that. I'm so tired of you. You scamming everybody and stuff. You lucky you are awful.
We have arrived. This is the snowy shore of the canvas world, Ingford Hermitage.
Are those Wispay floating on the water?
Oh dear, there's so many Wispay. They are blocking the boat's route. But no need to panic. Please follow my lead.
We have now arrived at Hermitage Port. Please make sure you have all of your belongings with you, and watch your step while disembarking. Thank you for traveling on this void liner.
Whew, a safe docking. For a second, I thought we were going to hit an iceberg or something. They probably sensed your wish power. You are the... Look, one's trying to hitch a ride on you. Must have been when we came ashore.
Everyone, welcome to Inkford Hermitage.
So you demolished your idol's old residence?
Of course not. Benzai Tengoku vanished more than 1,000 years ago. The original structure is long lost to time. Many Imaginae are born every day. This is the final stop before they enter the world in canvas. Rumor has it that Graphia's soul appears from time.
There's a sense of parting in the air.
Miss Colt.
Is that...
The golden tree.
All right, it's yours. And nothing more.
Oh, that was the boss behind that.
Time to cleanse the filth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
The shackles of the past are not broken.
We have arrived. The hotel staff will take over from here. I'll take my leave.
Oh, it's freezing. It's cold. Anyone here?
Honored guests.
Oh, no wonder it's so cold. It's an actual snow wisp.
I am the lobby manager, Casper.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am the popular comic artist.
The former comic artist, Miss Nyla.
Oh, my true name is gone, just like that. Oh, wait, did you say?
The big shots upstairs gave me a heads up. You are now an asset of Perlux Corp. You'll be... that Arcadian over there? That's a former superhero.
Which one? Never...
That one over there is one of the oldest strangelings. They're a former Kappa.
The Kappa? Didn't that lineage of Imaginae go extinct when the IPC...
There are still a few survivors that slept. As for Casper and myself,
I am a former frost giant.
What RPC doing?
Indeed.
Another?
That is a little homie.
So you're basically an antique who knows a bunch of old stuff.
From a block of ice. It is sad how a giant block of ice. Sightings of Lady Graphia are as common as the snowflakes here. Ever since the news spread that her soul would reside at the hotel, all those Imaginee who mimic her and the weirdos who insist they have a connection to, you see, they all claim they have some sort of connection.
I bet they're just trying to scam people out of wish power and credits.
You're not wrong. But whenever the higher-ups ask for a report, little painless. Good luck with your wrinkle.
I'm not talking anymore, so can we go on to the next part?
Turn my life around.
I think I'll talk to the person.
You can see me? Indeed. I am Graphia. So, unfortunately, my wish power is spent.
Oh my God.
Graphia, if you're giving away wish base, you...
No, I am Graphia.
No, thank you.
I don't care which.
Lord Ravager, to be honest,
As for me, I was sketched by...
I am a wispy form from the concentrated longing for...
I am the armored goddess Graphia. From the... Care to witness my signature move? If you're looking for the real... I've seen countless Imaginee on the... When it comes down to it.
I sense more stray thoughts and disturbance in the water. Yes. This old soul is just scraping by with what little... The humans here call me Sudscour. A filthy name, but are you here at the hot springs to wash away your stray thoughts? As you see, my kin have either been swallowed by the muddy currents or long, long ago, my people lived in every river and pond in Ahatopia. We tended the crops for the art. It is hard to leave one's homeland. Even when my kin have entered the canvas, even when the waters here are no longer clean, this is still my home. It needs someone who remembers the old days. Oh, Lady Graphia is the one who guided all Imaginee. Her name shines like moonlight through my back then. The demons from beyond swept in like a dark tide. The filth and flames that we Kappa were weak and could only shiver at the bottom of the rivers. But it was Lady Graphia. She taught us how to use water to protect the displaced mortals and wash away those impure. Well, as long as there is a saying that if one who is weary of the world prays to her with truth, if you seek clues regarding Lady Graphia, there are atonement statues left by Imaginee there. Casper likes to wander around there. He is a strangeling far older than I. That is all I can tell you.
my whole life doing hard labor in a frozen wasteland.
So, you're here looking for Graf. I think it's unlikely that... A friend of Graffia's? So, that friend...
The only thing Aphanasia left that...
Normally, I'd suggest... But, since you're... You must have heard that... Holy...
Nope.
Oh, I actually ran into this, you know. Oh. That's a little too fast. that picture. Oh man, it got landed on me. How much more we got to do? Oh, wait a minute, if I get the snowball, oh, I thought if I had the snowball, I could hit him. Oh. That was actually
Things from the Cinderth Age are still a bit blurry. But I definitely met Lady Graphia. She was a great painter who led us in snowball fights. Back then, when we wanted to see her, we'd go to her doorstep, light the ground lamps, and shout, "Snowball fight!" Then Lady Graphia would poke her head out of the window upstairs, unfurl the scroll, and whoosh! Slide right down into the snow. Then we'd have snowball fights against the Void Rangers together. If we won, I got to swallow the Void Rangers whole. There was someone else. Just thinking about them makes... He was a snowball fighting master. I mean, but that guy knocked us all down with his snowballs like 6 of my friends were lying on the ground feeling beat. As for me, I think I got hit right in the neck. I saw my own giant body thawed onto the ground.
8 people in the Phantasmoon games? So in that round of the Phantasmoon games, Graphia must...
I saw her once. By then, Ahatopia had already been transported. I couldn't find my other 6 friends. But I remembered, so I went to her front door again. It felt like only a second had passed. Just the blink of an eye. Yet she held me and cried, saying, "I'm sorry. And you've done well." It was just one lost game. We could have just won it back some other time. But I only shared some memories of a snowball fight. That's about all Casper can remember.
So, to summarize, Casper likes to light the ground lamps now. Where can I find... Even next to such a lively hot spring hotel, there's a secluded mountain path like this. These atonement statues all look like small animals. I should find a prominent spot for the ground lamps.
Camera 5.
These 2 little lamps don't look reliable. Whatever.
Not only will I refuse to grant you 3 wishes...
Thanks for the invite. I'm not quite dead yet.
You're saying... you are Graphia? She really does look a lot like Himiko.
Child, you were the one who lit the ground lamps, were you not? If memory serves, that was the secret signal my old friends used to call for me. I simply answered the call, yet you doubt my identity. Let me think. I believe I know why you've come to find me. The arbitrator of the Phantasmoon Games asked you to tell me that our old enemy, the Demon Lord from Beyond... Since Ahatopia's in canvassing, Evanesia and I agreed to guard reality and the world in canvas separately, never to meet again. But over the past 1,000 years, who would have thought, when word of her finally reached me again, there'd be no warm greeting? You must have many questions. My, you certainly have a lot of questions. During the Cinderth Age, that demon lord from beyond once took the form of a friend to infiltrate the resistance, causing catastrophic casualties. I must confirm your identity. Do you carry a token from Evanesia?
painted a supplicant's mask for you. The secrets you seek are many and tangled. 1,000 years ago, the legions of the demons from beyond descended upon Ahatopia, marking the beginning of the Cinder. For the destruction, taking a life is easier than brushing aside a feather. Among the countless victims, a baby girl was saved by a painter from the brink of death. He took her in as his daughter and named her Graphia. To protect his daughter, the painter kept her confined to their home, while the fires of disaster swept until one day a falling star streaked across the dark sky, and a deafening roar, unable to contain her curiosity. And so she saw it. Beneath the cold Phantas moon, a tower of infinity stood on the mountain. This tower had countless windows and rose section by section, slender and tall. More than an actual tower, it looked like a wounded iron dragon that had fallen. Indeed, that tower, which stood only for a moment, was the crashed Astral Express. And Graphia's family name, Murata, came from. At the time, the wrecked train was surrounded by countless abominable monsters. Amidst these foul enemies, a few warriors in strange attire fought tirelessly. But they fell. It was only much later that Graphia understood that those who fought and died for Ahatopia shared a common name, the Nameless, who walked the path of the trail. That was the day that Graphia stepped into the mortal world in a long, drawn-out war, fought at a severe disadvantage. She was forced to seek the aid of the Phantas Moon Games, attempting to use the mighty power of an Aeonic ritual to lock the terrifying demon lord. This was also the first time in the history of the Phantas Moon Games that the 8 supplicants joined forces to confront a powerful. She lost. Graphia did not win the Phantas Moon Games, nor did she. In the final days of the Cinderth Age, she gathered every ounce of wish power to paint the world into a scroll. Using herself as a nail to steady the canvas, she sealed the... Yes. As long as the scroll still enshrouds reality, he won't be able to lay a finger on the Leviathan's remains buried deep. The story is over. I also have a token I'd like you to give her.
So, are...
There is no need to rush. You have a friend here who is lingering with a...
You mean...
Follow this path down to the riverbank of Myriad Wish Grove. When you are ready, choose a Wispe. Whisper Graphia's name and your wish to cross over to the other shore. When the time comes, I will bring the ferry to deliver you into the canvas.
Graphia vanished. Anyway, I should head to the riverbank of...
Oh my god, that's the AS1 question. Oh, okay. Damn. Wait a minute, I just saw that. Still there? No. This is. There it is.
All right, it's yours.
I've heard that in the same forest, giant trees will fight each other for nutrients. How about this? We just feed Shuhu to that tree in the courtyard. Say something. I'm not joking.
I'm serious.
If the Elwood absorbed another emanator of abundance,
It would likely bring about an even greater right now. There is no other option besides the veracity.
If the abundance grows too strong, the ambrosial arbor loses control, and the Arcadia is doomed. If the abundance is too weak, the husk spirals out of control, and the Arcadia is doomed. It's called an Arcadia, but the whole thing is built on a razor's edge. Does that mean the essence of the elation is just dark?
You're afraid.
I'm not. I respect your choice. Fine. You're right. I'm afraid. So what? You don't think I know what that Xianzhou person meant? 1 in 10 chance? Listen, I just can't stand by and watch one of my kin sacrifice himself.
Kin.
What else? Friend? Colleague? Playmate? The guy who carries my bags when we go shopping?
I suppose all of those fit.
Fit? How? Sometimes I can't tell if you're actually dumb or just playing dumb.
I hear you. Just assume it's the former. Simpler that way. My mind is made up. You should understand. Misplaced emotions will only cause the mission.
You really are just playing dumb. To be honest, if I could see Firefly cured of her illness, Kafka finally finding the heart she's looking for, and that guy reclaiming his future, then I'd be willing to pick up that level 999 cartridge too. Even if it means becoming nothing but a shadow of the dark.
Don't. At the TV tower, you already severely overspent your time. Don't touch that thing again. Besides, why are you telling me this? You should tell them
Because just like you, I'm a total stuck-up softie.
Feel better.
No. Unless you give me a sincere apology and a proper goodbye, we're not settled.
Not settled. Fair enough. Whether as Ying Xing or as Blade. My journey has reached its end. Before the final verdict, I should say a proper goodbye to my kin. Who's there?
Next time, it'd be better if you didn't try to sneak up on us like that.
I knew you would come. I met the legendary Graphia. She told me a way to enter the world in camp. If we simply chant her name and release a Wispe into the river.
A legend from 1,000 years ago. It really makes sense. After all, you two are practically the same age. Knowing that gives me a bit more hope that you...
Then let's begin.
Oh, yeah, Blade, yeah. Actually, yeah, Blade here.
By the Graphia, mother of Imogenesis. May she come forth and deliver us into the world in canvas. No Wispe were harmed in the making of this operation.
Graphia! Graphia! Everyone! Into the world in canvas!
How odd. This time, the visitors actually know of...
Strange.
I heard your call, and have come by boat to guide you across. Greetings, travelers who seek to leave the mortal world behind. It is a pleasure to meet you. Oh? Not an Imagine, but someone here to settle the past and family members seeing them off?
I guess so.
The power of abundance. What a nostalgic scent.
I've heard that something lies at the end of the world in canvas with the power.
I see. You are better informed than I thought. I understand. Time is of the essence.
Thank you. The mountains lie distant, the waters still, and snow settles. A fine moment to bring this weary life to its end.
Bring a weary life to its end. To my eyes, the power taking root within you is far from...
It's just a matter of time.
The journey downstream is long. As is custom, I must collect your past stories as fair. I shall use them to paint the path.
My past story. I am not much of a storyteller.
There is no need to weave your thoughts into a complete story. A single memory. Only by letting go of the past can you truly set forth with an open...
Go ahead. Say something.
Then, I shall begin with that lone island of Insumosu. It was a desolate wasteland, untouched and forgotten. Desolate, cold, the perfect place to lay the dead to rest. I planted rusted, broken blades in the wasteland as a mark of my departure. Little did I know that even after joining the Stellaron Hunters, I would find myself returning there time and again, bringing along a few new swords with me. Their owners, some of them sought my life, only to fall by my hand. Others simply wished to see me one last time, as their own lives flickered out. I was once a craftsman, and those swords, they were all my own creations. I raised those wordless monuments for my old friends, one by one, until they became a forest of broken blades. And what about me and my sword? When will I finally join them in that forest?
I will follow your words with my brush and paint the ideal end. Sword barrier. We've reached the shore you've been seeking.
What is this place?
This is the world in canvas. A mirror to your soul, blooming as your heart dictates. May this meadow be everything you wished for.
Superb artistry. And yet, I thought you would paint the desolation within me instead.
I saw no desolation in your story. Instead, I found that the fire that tempers black steel and shapes 100 blades does not burn upon the forge or anvil. It burns within your heart. That spark within you has yet to fade. It is why this plane has chosen to bloom into flowers.
We've got no clue what you two are on about with all this cryptic talk, but you smiled just now.
No, I didn't.
He finally smiled. I'm actually the one who can't even smile. This sucks.
We have reached the end.
That blue maw. So?
Correct. Driven by the buried secrets of Ahatopia, you have come seeking liberation. And now, I have shown you the silhouette of the beast's maw. If you should find a way to get out, I ask that you swear to keep this secret.
I will keep the secret. That blue maw, can it truly consume the abundance?
Only a beast of insatiable hunger can end a plague of it. I have stood watch in this realm for a millennium, beholding the eternal conflict where the veracity and the abundance remain locked in strife. Oh, undying soul, the fate that awaits within those depths lies far beyond the reach of our conjecture. Perhaps you will vanish into nothingness in a mere heartbeat. Or perhaps you will endure a millennium of gnawing, constantly regenerating only to suffer once more.
Beneath that calm of yours, I can feel an old friend lingering.
This is the price I must bear for becoming one with the canvas.
You're telling me if he leaps, he has to stay down there and be torn apart for ages? I'm not okay with this. Yao Guang never said anything about this when we went over the plan.
I have lived for nearly a millennium. I stopped wishing for a swift end a long time ago. If the Leviathan does not consume me utterly, then I am still alive. And until that moment comes, I will pin Shu-Hu to the anvil and swing my hammer once, twice, and again.
Is there really no other way?
Silver Wolf, I was never one for sentiment. I'll only say this. In my past life as a smith, I made it a point to forge something for those friends I found tolerable. But ever since I joined the Stellaron Hunters...
Oh, right, I get it. You want me to go back and take apart that box Kafka uses as a footrest, right?
You already took it apart?
A long time ago. Quite a few treasures in there. A master-crafted blade, a game controller, and a portable reactor.
That's the armor core, reforged from the remains of the Glamoth Queen.
Oh, and a cat-scratching post.
When did you find out about these items?
You? You mean we. We all... Think you hit it that well? Please, give me a break. We're a pro team, you know.
Just split it among yourselves. Consider it a keepsake.
Kafka should be the one saying this, but you are the most perfect blade the Stellaron Hunters could ever have.
Just a broken blade. That is all. Thank you.
Before you go, you have something to say to him too, right?
To me? Don't take offense. It's just a few words. Before joining the Stellaron Hunters, I once lost myself. Unable to see the future, yet unable to reclaim the past. Just like you when you were first reborn. Whether we chose this path, or were forced onto it. Leave no room for regret. And never deny the path you've traveled.
I hear what you're saying.
Then, let it be.
There ain't no question.
It's time. Do you still remember that passphrase? No need to step forward. Just recite it in your head.
3 of a kind.
2 pair. Ace. Go. Farewell. Of your life, what will flicker through your mind? The devouring. Has it begun? How much time has passed? Sea of clouds. Ambrosial arbor. To think that with death so close, this is the scenery my dreams would conjure. My heartbeat. It's barely audible now. Shuhu, are you still alive?
Finally woke up, Yingxing.
Master. I am sorry. You have the wrong person. I am not Yingxing.
A lad your age, yet your head is more muddled than mine. You're talking nonsense in your sleep, boy. It has been ages since we last met. Tell me, have you let your craft go to waste? Your master wishes to see what you can do.
Not a sweet dream of toasts and laughter, nor a nightmare of clashing steel. Instead, it is a dream of returning to the very beginning, to confess my sins before the master who taught me everything. typical. This is a standard issue sword I forged for the Cloud Knights, back when I first began my training.
Alright, brief pause for a minute. I'ma charge. Continue. Alright, I charged my phone a little bit. So we gonna make it.
I hung. And that bow I forged for her. In the end, it was I who forged the greatest sin.
For me? Thank you. I told you, didn't I? As long as you set your heart on what you love, nothing can stop you. Hey, did you give this bow a name?
I named this bow Lure after a mythical steed from the primeval Imperium. Legend says it was one of the Emperor's finest mounts, a divine beast that could tread over any chasm and lead its master back from the brink of death.
How did you get so off track? Why pick a name meant for a horse? That won't do. It does not suit me at all. I'm gonna call it Recurve Bow.
That sounds terrible. It's like my mother naming me Human. At least change it to something elegant, like Winding... Fine. Have it your way.
Look at you! Skilled with both the pen and the sword. You really should not be trapped in this flame wheel forge for the rest of your life. Hey, perfect timing! I have a few friends getting together on the Lafu. Wanna come along?
Staying in a single place your whole life. Jing Yuan's Devastator Glaive. The weapon I promised to forge for him all those years ago. Old friends have drifted across the stars, but he remained.
A genius. I suppose Master Jing Li's swordplay should be no trouble for you then. You little rascal. Do not try to act like my senior just yet. I am from a short-life species. Xianzhou's swordplay takes hundreds, even thousands of years to master. I simply do not have the time.
I heard your bold claim. I'd rather leave this world in a blaze than live until the end of time. It seems you think little of us Xianzhou people, then?
My, the future sword champion has sharp ears. It was just drunken rambling. Don't take it. It would be a waste to throw my skills away on the battlefield. You go to the front, and I will forge the divine weapons for you.
All right, deal. Then I want a Devastator Glaive, 4 meters long, decorated with green silk, and you should engrave the blade with cloud patterns.
Wait until you have grown a bit taller, then it is settled. When the time comes, you shall arm each of us with a weapon of our own. Let us face the fires of war in your place, and handle all that tedious business on your behalf. Come, friends, drink up. We 5 come from all walks of life, but here and now, we are one. Together, we shall bring glory to the Xianzhou, and peace to all who dwell beneath the stars.
By the rainbow and the 10 lords, if I betray our bond, let all of existence hunt me down. The prosthetic arm and sword staff from Mr. La Mancha were works created by my master and me. He came to visit me even after I was cast into the shackling prison.
Yinjing. No. Yinjing. How did you end up like this? The shadow has tasted the flesh of abundance within you. You cannot even speak anymore. Yinjing, look at me. Lift your head. It was only thanks to you and your master that the shadow of veracity was sealed. I owe you both a debt of gratitude. So I have but one question. Do you want out? If so, just nod. There is always a way out. Just give the word, and I will carve a bloody path to to get you out. Right now. I must. Perhaps if I had taken you away from Flamewheel Forge back then, your fate would have been entirely different. I respect your choice, just as I did all those years ago.
Pity. So much in this world does not go as we wish. This is not my work. This was where my life as Blade began.
So you're Blade. You sound like quite the expert on swords. Oh, good timing. What do you make of the sword she's carrying?
The blade itself is fine, but the technique is wrong. Swordsmanship is no song and dance. Power starts at the feet. Only when the eyes and mind follow through will the strike land.
My, oh my, Bladey. You really are the ultimate blade critic. Since you have so much to say, Master, why not forge a legendary blade for each of us?
I put down the hammer a long time ago. My hands cannot do what my mind wants anymore. From now on, if a sword is needed, let it be mine. This shell of mine is the only blade. A weapon given by Ying Xing to an old friend. But we are no longer who we once were to each other. Who I am does not matter. What matters is, do you remember this weapon?
I don't understand what you're talking about.
All that happened. You think you can just walk away from it all? You would do well to keep Cloudpiercer by your side. Next time we meet, I will be the end of you. What a pity. In the end, we still cast our weapons aside.
Apprentice, come near.
Finally. Is the end in sight? I am here, Master.
Good. I have waited a long time for you.
You have seen every blade I have forged in this life.
Fine work. Somewhat flawed, perhaps, but their edge is undeniable. The marks of a true master.
Gazing upon the weapons I forged in days past, I can only feel a surge of endless regret. The hammer falls and cannot be undone, yet I have spent my life taking one wrong step after another. I betrayed my friends and broke my oaths. Even with these divine blades, I failed to protect those I held dear. My hands are stained with blood. I loathe the reflection it casts back from my blade. But what weighs heaviest on my soul is the debt I owe you, Master. In this life, I fear I will never have the chance to repay it.
Let it all out. You feel a bit lighter now, don't you? But isn't there one last piece you've yet to show me? has yet to be named, has it not?
That is a mere scrap from the forging of Shard Sword. I hid it away, fearing it would bring shame upon our school. Master, how did you...
Can a mere boy keep secrets from his master? I entrusted General Yao Guang to bring it to you. Since the day you left, I have kept this blade hung in the hall, gazing upon it daily. That raw, youthful spirit within it, it burns to the touch. It is the same light that shone in your eyes the day you bowed to me. It is the keen edge of a craftsman.
I am but rusted scrap now. My light has long since faded. This is where I belong. Buried.
Crushed ore, old materials, rusted iron. As craftsmen, we spend our entire lives in such company. Waste not the bounty of the world, but perfect it through craft. To take what is useless, to take every failed scrap and forge it anew. Isn't that our very mission as craftsmen?
Even for a life that has reached its end. A life built on nothing but mistakes.
As it is with the work of a craftsman, so it must be with the life of a craftsman. Do you still remember the question I once asked you? What defines a blade? The answer already lies within you. Go now and forge it anew.
Righting wrongs.
You mean by carving out more walking husks like me? Things that crave an end they can never reach?
That is but a fleeting pang, a necessary tempering on the path to eternity. If you persist in spurning this gift, this law shall become your prison for all time. Your body will churn for millennia, caught between being digested and reborn. Every inch of your flesh will remember the agony of being ground to pulp, until your very will dissolves into nothing, leaving only a hollow husk that can cry out my name.
Are you done talking? Do you truly believe that I am the only prisoner here, Shuhu? You are the one. For so long as a single soul in this vast world prays for abundance, I shall return to bestow my grace. You are nothing but an echo of them, a slave trapped within your mission of compassion. You mock our obsessions. You are Yao Shu's most pathetic prisoner.
Are you trying to provoke me?
No. I am pronouncing your sentence. I never dove into this abyss for the sake of a mutual end. I came for forging. As long as you cling to life, you must keep reshaping this body to fight back the gnawing from the veracity. And that struggle is exactly what I want. Let the maw of this eon husk be the furnace. Let our undying flesh be the iron. And let death, 1,000 times over, be the hammer. Right here, I shall forge and recast you again and again. Not to destroy you, but to create a cage that can hold you prisoner for all eternity. And the thorns of this cage shall forever be aimed at that savior who branded you with your mission. Yao Shu, are you ready to turn your vengeance against your god?
I see now. So, this is how you forge it anew. Very well. Let us see how this duel between the condemned unfolds. This forging within the furnace.
In the end, which of us shall forge the other into a blade?
When reunited with family after a 15-year separation, 22% of organic life forms will weep and embrace, whereas 59% will exhibit indifference or outright rejection. Yet, choosing to conduct a covert investigation instead is entirely unheard of. You harbor suspicions regarding Mr. Ryusuke. Why is that, Miss Himiko?
Before Starrail Fest began, I stopped by his office to look for the family's records on the Phantasmoon games. Out of concern, or perhaps curiosity, I leafed through his portfolio. The artwork was magnificent, with each piece serving as a microcosm of a different planet. That was when it suddenly dawned on me. 5 of the worlds he captured in these paintings are now gone. Lost to the fires of war waged by the Antimatter Legion.
Just as you suspected, Mr. Ryusuke's travels have been highly suspicious. In the year 1969 of the Arcadian calendar, he traveled to the Delcor Ring to sculpt a statue for the Doctors of Chaos. 2 years later, the IPC received word that the last local resistance group had rejected all aid and launched a suicide charge against the Legion. Also, in 1984 of the Arcadian calendar, he traveled alone to the planet Goliath's Shepherd. After a century of resistance in the fires of war, the planet was officially declared dead 9 years later. Both incidents point back to a single culprit.
The Lord Ravager Asat Pramod.
However, there is also evidence suggesting that Mr. Ryusuke was still in Plain Arcadia when Asat Pramod appeared. Additionally, the IPC recovered a commission he received. It read, "Please carve a trace of our lasting glory, just before the world meets its destruction."
He accepted the commission, even though he knew the Legion had surrounded the planet?
Legends of the Graphia clan abound within Plain Arcadia. To this day, many believe the Weathering Curse is a scar seared into your very bloodline from Graphia's struggle against the Legion. Conjecture. Mr. Ryusuke was tracking the demon from beyond. He likely believed that finding him was the key to breaking the Graphia clan's curse.
Any other conjectures?
There is another possibility. Please forgive me if this sounds out of line. There is a 52% probability that Mr. Ryusuke was being used by Asat Pramod. He might have even chosen to work for him.
I'll have a word with him.
I'll leave it in your hands, Miss Himiko.
Dad, do you have a minute to talk?
I do. I'm 1000% free for you. What brings on this surprise call for your old man? I was worried you were too busy, and I didn't want to bother you these past few days. That foolish didn't hurt you, did she? Actually, what am I thinking? A mere herald of death is nothing to my Himiko. You probably handled her in no time. And that kid is something else too. I'm telling you, everyone at school is a huge fan of the Astral Express now.
15 years. The blood-stained games are finally over.
And this time everyone survived.
It's time we sat down and talked. Just as father and daughter.
Huh? Am I dreaming? My little girl actually wants to have a real talk with her old man. Well, I don't care if I heard you wrong. I'm taking this to the bank. Praise the Astral Express. Praise Hackiveli. Give me 10 seconds. No, make it 8. Your old man is on his way.
There's no need to rush like that.
Love you, kiddo.
I should have seen that coming.
Himiko, open up. It's your dad. Himiko, come over. Tell me more about this.
I originally planned for us to meet at the school, but since you're already here, let me show you around the Express.
Oh, I would love that. I was in such a rush last time. I really want to get a good look at the place where you spent the last 15 years. Who could have imagined it? The thing that connects this nearly infinite universe is not some distant god like Shipe,
but a single express.
I have met many artists who dreamed of boarding the express just to get a closer look at the legacy of trailblazing. So I am curious, how will the great artist Ryusuke evaluate it?
Me? Well, I'll give it my all.
I was only joking. There's no need to be so serious.
There's actually so much interesting stuff on this express. This table is kind of different from the others, isn't it? I mean, they all look alike, but this one doesn't seem authentic.
A lot of old furniture was destroyed when the express crashed. Pom-Pom and I spent quite some time picking the right replacements.
Out with the old, in with the new, huh? Well, the express has been running for years, so it's only natural to have to patch things up every now and then. You must have had a hard time keeping it running.
It's not that hard. I'm used to it.
Just as I thought. The Astral Express looks amazing inside. These chandeliers.
The designer used the skeleton of a void song whale as a reference. They say it's been here since Dolly's days on the Express. It catches the eye of many people who board.
But the light seems a bit dim in here, doesn't it?
It's always been this way.
Oh, well. Have you tried swapping in a polarized conductor? Or rinsing the light units in an alkaline solution?
Are you an artist or an electrician, Dad?
I am just speaking from experience. Don't forget, your dad was once the one who set up all the lighting in those classrooms. Is it there? Oh, let me see. It's bigger on the inside. Oh, the phonograph also has music from all sorts of worlds, just like the versions I've heard before. Oh, it's a shame I didn't get to see the legendary infinite ice cream machine.
Dad, you actually believe something like that exists? I thought only kids would fall for it.
A long time ago, such a thing did exist on the Express. When the Express passed the desert planet Talon, Granholm left the machine there. Now, it has become a popsicle planet.
Conductor! Long time no see. Your fur looks a lot smoother than last time.
Really? Thank you very much.
Hey, my daughter Himiko finally opened up to having a heart-to-heart with me.
What a special moment. Pom-Pom will leave you to it then. They say family is one of the most precious treasures. Pom-Pom believes we should cherish them.
See? I told you. This time, Dad wins. Oh, Himiko, you may be a fully capable navigator now, but sometimes experience still beats youth.
Aren't you tired of talking non-stop?
Are you actually worried about me? I am so touched.
Perfect. I'll make you some coffee.
Might as well swing by the meeting car to say hi to that, Intellitron buddy.
Pom-Pom finds Himiko's father very easygoing.
Himiko, come on. Let's walk together.
Good Lord. Himiko and that coffee. No, she can't make that coffee.
Intellitron buddy! Long time no see.
Rumor has it that the drinks in the World's End Tavern are all brewed from jokes. Since we are in plain Arcadia, any single joke before a drink would be second to none. Since there is only a single joke, it is quite literally second to none. Mr. Ryusuke, the tension detected in your micro-expressions has increased by 30...
Oh, nonsense. Himiko is brewing up a cup of coffee just for me.
A cup of hot coffee right before the end. This must be what they mean by life is short and bitter.
Huh. Well, now I see why they call you Shush. Well, since I'm still among the living, a long time ago, there was a truly terrible nameless. They snuck aboard as a passenger, seeking a certain... And now one day, they ordered a drink from a service robot on the express and told it a joke.
A long time ago, there was a truly terrible nameless. They snuck aboard. I have retrieved the same joke from the archived logs.
But did you know, the first time the robot heard that joke, it laughed with...
Don't go filling Shush with nonsense. Its database is already enough of a mess. Dad, here's your coffee.
This cup is huge. Himiko, tell me, are you still holding a grudge against me?
Made really bad coffee.
What are you talking about? Now drink up while it's still hot.
Analyzing components. Results show coffee concentrate, Heldoran butterfly scales, a species of fish from a gas giant, trace amounts of iron particles, and various other unknown substances.
Mr. Shush, you must be exhausted after telling all those cool jokes.
My inspiration circuit is vibrating. My radar indicates that the conductor requires my
Might as well go on do it. Take one for the team.
If I do not make it out of here, please deliver my resignation to Miss Dolly. Tell her I will not be coming in tomorrow, which is really no different from any other day.
Oh, want another cup?
Himiko, Miss Dolly told me that back when you were a school assistant, you used to bring a massive pot of coffee for everyone every single day. It would be selfish of me to keep this all for myself. I simply must bring...
I am afraid it will be long cold by the time you get it to them. But as you said, it is time for us to head to the school. We must return to the source of all these tragedies and put an end to the blood-stained games.
Are you truly ready to say your goodbyes? We can stay a little longer if you like.
We should go now. I have been ready for 15 years. It has been 15 years. Those ghosts have been repeating their final day over and over, trapped inside the classroom you imaginated. Even if they are merely shadows of the past, they deserve to be set free.
Oh, you're right. Let us use one final goodbye to close the chapter on the Herald of Death incident.
Senior, you are back! We are all waiting for you.
Sorry I'm late, everyone.
It's okay. Thank you so much for coming.
Himiko, we don't have enough time for the lobby. Could you please use your amazing Imagenesis skills to decorate the stage for us? I am begging you. Mia, stop bothering Himiko all the time. If you and the others hadn't slacked off on the rooftop, we wouldn't be in this mess right now. But the school anniversary is tomorrow. If I do not get this done, Ms. Dolly is going to skin me alive.
You should start by tidying up those ribbons. Once we are finished with the classroom, we will all come and give you a hand.
Hey, wait, did you hear that? It's him. He's back again.
Everyone, hide. Don't let them find us. Run, Senior. The Herald of Death is back.
Don't be afraid, Belle. I'm here. No more running away. We don't have to face any Herald of Death anymore.
Really?
When have I ever led you astray? Look, even the Dean has arrived. Let us run through the anniversary program one last time.
right now, but we still have so much left to do. The decorations are nowhere near finished.
Oh, it is all right. We have plenty of time. This sunset will linger for a very long while. Just long enough for us to finish our celebration. I hereby declare that the Graphia Academy anniversary and the graduation ceremony of 1984 has officially begun. Since the other grades are not with us today, we shall keep the proceedings simple. According to our school motto, every student must truly understand their purpose before they depart from these grounds. Students, have you all discovered who you wish to become?
Why so serious? It's only a rehearsal. Well, in that case, I am going to be an artist. And not just any artist. I will be even better than you, Senior.
I plan to study at the Intelligentsia Guild. I want to learn how to create even more interesting imaginae.
I want to study cinematography and become a director. I want to capture every single moment of happiness in the Arcadia.
I hope that in 10 or even 20 years, you will all still hold these dreams close to your hearts. And now, please welcome our distinguished graduate representative, Himiko, to the stage to offer her final blessing to the graduating class.
Our senior is doing this? That doesn't happen a lot.
Himiko? Are you nervous? Relax. Give us a smile.
I do not know what to say on an occasion like, all I know is that this is a comfort the living leave for themselves. But take that step forward. Go and embrace tomorrow. Become someone that the person you are today would be proud of. Congratulations to the class of 1984.
Senior, don't miss us too much.
Himiko, see you around.
Himiko, what's with the sad face? It's not like we'll never see each other again. Farewell.
Belle, Full Wish, Mia. Safe travels, everyone. The blood-stained games that...
If only I had not lost myself in my own grief. If only I had looked after that child properly. Perhaps everything would have been different. It was not only the herald of death that pushed her towards that abyss.
Full Wish said that it took Plain Arcadia 15 whole years to kill her. Will this world ever get better, Dad?
I don't know, but I'm willing to believe in it.
Dad, all these years...
Is that concern I hear in your voice?
If you say so.
After the blood-stained games, I traveled to many different worlds. Every time I set foot on a new planet, my thoughts always returned to you. Until one day, I happened to see news about the Astral Express. The person on that screen was so different from the daughter in my memories. I was afraid, to be sure. And I did not want to disturb the life. As long as I never saw you in person, I could keep telling myself that lie. My daughter had fulfilled her dreams to...
Von Walk, Owenly, New Londinium. Step by step, I made my way into the very bedtime stories you used to tell me.
Were they beautiful?
In this vast universe, nothing holds more beauty than the lands en route, yet to be reached. You may have been a poor excuse for a father, but even so, thank you for setting me on this trailblazing path.
Same here. Thank you for for fighting so hard to be here alive. It's still early, huh? Let's have a walk around the campus. I have something very important to tell you.
Something very important?
No. Give me just a moment to gather my thoughts. Nice weather today. Let's go downstairs.
Oh my God, it's her!
Oh my gosh, I'm such a huge fan of yours!
Oh, go on. Keep those compliments coming. I could listen to this all day.
Goodness, they are not talking about you.
Singer Himiko! Oh wow, she actually looked at me!
Her navigator aura is incredible!
Astral Express, I love you!
Like a love song, baby!
Baseball Raccoon didn't come?
Oh, Himiko is so pretty.
It gladdens me that my daughter is so popular. But you're all supposed to be in class right now.
The Herald of Death incident just ended. It is only right to let them breathe and relax for a while.
To think that it all happened only yesterday. Young people really do have a way of returning to their carefree selves so quickly. I suppose it is because they believe the Astral Express will always be there to save them. It brings back memories of you as a little girl. Whenever you heard someone mention the universe, the light in your eyes would outshine even the brightest supernova.
That is true. The very first Imagine I ever brought to life was modeled after the rocket atop the Phantom Moon's head. That little fellow had quite a temper. It was so determined to fly higher and higher. To this day, I still wonder if it ever truly reached the moon. Dad, do you still remember it?
How could I ever forget? That thing came crashing down and poked a hole right through Miss Seadrake's tail. I had to take you to apologize in person. I ended up redrawing the tail myself to make it right. These days, I wouldn't be able to handle that kind of trouble anymore. My poor old back wouldn't allow it.
Now that I am free from the weathering curse, you don't have to spend your life wandering the stars anymore. Why don't you just settle down here? I just can't face the thought of coming back to nothing but an empty home again.
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
The Imagenesis classroom is ahead. Ms. Dolly?
She might have taken the day off.
I never noticed it before, but on closer inspection, this classroom is so much bigger than it used to be. It must be because of that incident. As the culprit behind it all, you haven't forgotten, have you?
Of course. Well, since I couldn't get you onto the real Astral Express back then, I figured drawing you a substitute instead would be...
The principal himself imaginated an express and went tearing across the campus with his daughter in tow.
It even made the front page of the dual-mentioned City News back then. Looking back, you're always such a bright and spirited girl. Which is why I encourage you to reach for the stars. When the weathering curse took hold, did that dream only end up weighing you down?
If it weren't for those dreams you gave me, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I'll never forget. Whenever the weathering curse flared up, you would always sit by my bedside and hold my hand, telling me the stories of Sir Camor.
That was always your favorite. Whenever your fever refused so, I would start from the moment Sir Camor invented the diving device and go all the way to the second voyage of the interstellar explorers. Like clockwork, right about then, you would close your eyes and drift off to sleep.
Yeah, that was the first story you ever told me. And the very story that helped me make up my mind. Even if I could never leave this place, if fixing the express meant sending just one soul to the stars, that would be enough for me. Yet before I knew it, I'd already traveled far beyond anything I ever imagined as a child. I think I understand how you felt back then. Perhaps one day, I'll set down my duties as the navigator and come back to this place too.
What about the Astral Express?
A crew of the most incredible nameless will keep the express sailing on.
Like a teacher watching their student, or a father his daughter. I understand that feeling. Then your dad will always be here at home waiting for you.
So, what is this important thing you need to tell me about?
Yeah, that important thing.
Dad, are you hiding something from me?
I knew I couldn't hide it for long, Himiko. I am sick.
What?
This isn't the right place for this discussion. Let's go to my office.
So?
It's the weathering curse. I know what you're about to ask. I do not share the Graphia lineage, which is why I believed I could find the demon from beyond and save you and your mother. But in the end, Ryusuke was just a useless man who couldn't save his wife or daughter, or even himself.
Tell me, what happened in the past 15 years?
You've seen my portfolio, haven't you? Those worlds are just like plain Arcadia. Every single one of them has fallen victim to the demon from beyond. In those places, luck is a very real thing. And the demon from beyond can manipulate misfortune.
What does that even mean?
In ways beyond comprehension, you feel misfortune crashing down like a tidal wave. Solar storms, diamond rain, system failures, one disaster after another. But if you make it out alive, bizarre strokes of luck come swarming back to you. And so the cycle repeats, washing over the world, tearing it apart.
It sounds more insane than the Phantasmoon games.
The universe is sheer madness, beyond all reason. I survived over and over, yet my body has become as fragmented as Graphia once was. Is this his way of torturing the rebels? I don't know. But by the time I realized it, there was no escape.
Why didn't you tell me earlier? I could have reached out to the IPC's doctors.
It's no use. I've been chasing after him my whole life. I know him better than you do. Himiko, remember when you first learned to paint? I told you then why we must paint the beauty that we see.
Because the ugly, the despicable, and the cowardly, they endure forever through evasion, like beasts driven by survival. Beauty remains ever fleeting, just as heroes find their end in sacrifice, and stars dissolve after they shine. Humans have surpassed their animal nature. We face our pain and our end to win a dignity that the vast universe cannot ignore. So we must capture what is noble and bright to show that such things truly lived. As for the barbaric and the low, they will endure regardless, needing no witness to their existence.
But Himiko, you are no longer the one who paints. You have become the very splendor that I strive to capture. Fate works in mysterious ways. I'm so glad to see you once more in my final moments, watching you fulfill your childhood dream. You are standing before me as the navigator of the Astral Express.
I should have come back earlier. I'm so sorry.
No. I am the one who came back too late. I've thought about it 1,000 times. On that final night of the Bloodstained Games, if only someone had been there to sit by your side. After everything, does this tardy father still even deserve to hear what his daughter wants to say?
If you're willing.
goodness. I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness. It's gonna take a lot of editing. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Akivili. Thank you, Himiko.
All of this happened after you went away. You were jumping from one job to the next, and for 4 long years, I had heard nothing from you. During those 4 years, I found the stranded express deep in the canvas world and kept trying to repair it. Watching the Phantom Moon grow fuller, I remembered the mask that had been handed down through our family for generations. If I could claim victory in the Phantom Moon games, then perhaps by harnessing the divine authority of elation, it might just be possible to set the express in motion once more. But the Herald of Death was a complete madman, and he smashed every dream to pieces.